Hey yo, Nerdcore Dave here, and I'm with our pal Todd,
What up?
or as we like to call him, Taad. Taadcore Todd.
I feel like a Saturday Night Live skit. Mrs. Looper.
So what we're doing today is I'm going to show you a couple things real quick, but we're gonna do a little interview with Taad,
Uh-oh.
and then we're going to do an unboxing that Todd's been getting the subscription service from Geek Street. That's Comic Tom, and he got actually this last month at the in the box. So we're going to talk about that and go from there. We're winging it today, guys.
Of course.
So
What better? What better way to do it? I actually liked it the other way. We looked skinnier whenever it wouldn't orient it. Maybe we should work on that.
Oh, we got to go wide mode. We didn't even eat yet today. Hey, I got a couple questions for Todd here. Anything you want to say?
She told me she was 18. Now go ahead, man.
All right. So actually, real quick, we know Stan Lee passed this week.
Mm-hmm.
Any stories? I know me and you saw him at a Comic-Con not too long
Actually, it
ago.
was 2009 because I pulled the shirt out.
Oh, really?
I bought the Stan fan shirt. Yeah, I should have brought it. I didn't even think, man. But well, next time. So as long as I still have it, maybe.
When we saw him, man, one thing that amazed me is for his age. I think he was 95 when he passed away, and he was with his handlers, and he was running around. The handlers couldn't keep up with him.
That
He
would
was
have
getting around.
That would have made him 86.
Okay.
So it was 2009. So do the math, and I mean, he was awfully spry.
Yeah, I mean, for a guy that age, man, listen, man, I understand loss, and I hate for anybody to pass or people to lose somebody. Believe me, I understand that 100%. But honestly, I mean, everybody's sad, but we should be celebrating. This is one guy, I think, where you look at this guy's life, man, he's first of all, we all know he's a legend, but also, he got around, he didn't have a lot of health problems until recently, he lived a long life. He was more successful, I believe he was 39 years old when he started creating the Marvel Universe. So halfway through what most people would consider life, and when a lot of people consider your days over, he actually was just getting started, man. And there's nobody that doesn't know who Stan Lee is, man.
For me, I'm gonna diverge a little bit because you got to throw Kirby in there, and you got to throw Ditko.
Right.
I mean, to me, like Stan he was like the Walmart greeter. Welcome to the store. Check out all our cool stuff. Everything you need. But, yeah, I mean, Stan was absolutely Stan. He was the mouthpiece and the presenter. But I feel those guys got to be all mentioned in the same sentence. It's just me, man. There would have still been a Kirby out there, even if there wasn't a Stan Lee.
Well, Kirby had a whole career before he got with Marvel, so,
I know. We still would have stopped and wondered what was going on in that book. Who is that guy? Why is what's he drawing? So,
right.
But yeah, I mean, it was it was very symbiotic.
But I'm amazed how many people really seem like, even people that aren't really comic book readers or fans, they seem like a lot of people I saw on social media really are affected by it. Most people still like the movies and stuff, so they're pretty accessible for everybody.
Oh yeah,
so
absolutely.
But all right, let's get started with your interview here.
Okay. All right.
All right, so how'd you start collecting, Todd?
Somebody left a Conan comic book laying around. You mean how did I initially start reading, or how did I collect? That was it.
That was it. You
probably was my stepfather, and you give a 8-year-old kid a comic book with a big guy with a sword, solving problems that way, which wasn't going to happen for you as a kid, but he liked the approach. So it was kind of Conan, and then once I got a pocketbook with Barry Windsor Smith art in it, that totally freaked me out. That was it. I mean, I was like,
Is this around the time of the Conan movie, the original Conan with Arnold, or before that? Or
No, man. Like I said, I had to be probably 8, 9, so that was. Oh man, am I gonna let out how old I am now?
Oh, we can't count that high.
Hey man, there was only 3 people in the Fantastic Four when I started.
We don't have time for that kind of math.
Fair enough.
So yeah, we can't do Roman numerals on this.
Okay.
So do you remember which issue it was of Conan?
No, man, no, absolutely not. I mean, it was not a Barry Windsor Smith, because I would have never got my hands on one of the, what is it, the first 27?
Yeah.
So it had to be, was it Buscema, or it was probably one of those. you know, and
That's the classic Marvel stable, Sal Buscema, John Romita.
yeah. Ironically, it was also Conan that got me out of comic books, because as I got older, I kind of graduated to the Robert E. Howard. I went back. It didn't take me long to figure it out, which led to the Weird Tales and led to. We'll do a whole nother video on that some other time. So strangely enough, what got me into comic books also as I got older sort of eased me out of them.
So is that what you did? Your first comic, you went out and purchased Conan's then?
Yeah, in a little used bookstore, I found the pocket books. I believe that's exactly what the name was. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but I bought those, and then right next to those was the Fantastic Four and the Spider-Man, and then living in where I'm not going to tell you is they had a place we called Mary's Dairies.
Mary's Dairies.
And they had the comic books, man. Either you buy them, you don't read them, you know. So I bought a lot of comic books.
That's what that's a similar thing where it was a deli, it was a dairy,
Yeah.
And then I would go in there and they had a deli and all that stuff. But yeah, they'd be lined up on the magazine rack. Oh, it was beautiful. I'd save my lunch money, sell candy at school so I could buy comics.
Yeah.
What all do you collect?
I'm really not something super specific, but you know as well as I do, I got a weakness for the horror. I'll buy crappy issues of horror just because I can, you know, it's that's pretty that I would probably say that's accurate, you know?
It seems to me like your main collection is the horror, but you're like a maniac with the keys. You're like, I need the key issue. I need every key issue.
Well, if they're there, yeah. You know what? In all fairness, to pare the horror down, when it came to that, you know, obviously Wrightson just utterly blew me away. You know, there was horror, and then there was Bernie Wrightson horror. So that was, and I know the ECs. I mean, unfortunately, I did buy some when I was younger, and you know, didn't make much money, but you know, you could live on oodles and oodles. But nowadays, you know, to buy them, house payments, you know. So, but reprints are cool. We can go with those.
I had a similar conversation with a retailer, and he said that about Amazing Spider-Man. That's why I quit collecting, was because back then you could buy them for $6. Now they're $40-$50 for low-grade copies, man. So
yeah. It's one of the side byproducts of things getting popular.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you know.
Yeah, it's awesome to be able to share it with everybody, but now there's so much demand.
Yeah.
That it makes it harder for the collectors.
Yeah.
So you kind of have a unique way. I don't even know. Did you ever have a pull list at a comic shop or?
Nope. No. And I was really, I didn't have enough self-awareness to understand really like this was going to be valuable. I pretty much strictly ran on being just a fan. I mean, if I liked it, I bought it, you know, and that was back to the Conan thing, which kind of probably harmed my collection more than anything, because there's no real pivotal Conan issues other than that would be restrained to the artists. They in the MCU, they didn't really interact with anybody. He didn't interact with anybody. So while I was buying Conans, I'm sure the Amazing Spider-Man, you know, 129 was probably right next to it, or 135 and all that stuff, but it just wasn't my cup of tea, man. So unfortunately.
So you clearly didn't have the "What if Conan was alive today" issue, is what you're saying?
No. Well, actually, I did, but I bought it not because I wanted to be alive today. I wanted to because it was Conan. So, if anything, I was guilty of being a fan. That's why I didn't have enough. It just wasn't, you know, it's not how I operated.
So like, I know you go to, like, once a week or something, you'll go to the comic shop and pick stuff off the shelf. But what's really unique is you go around. You're like a hunter for flea markets and yard sales and stuff like that. So you go there and you kind of, you like to haggle, I think is what it is, and then you.
That's not. That doesn't stem from the comic books. That stems from the flea market. If you do enough of anything, I don't care what you're buying at a flea market. That's how it works, you know. So.
So then you buy whole collections, and you'll say, "Hey, I want $20 for a whole box, whole long box, or something like that, something to that effect."
Yeah, that's a whole nother art into itself. Just, you know, being at a flea market, man, and I don't care if you're buying tires or batteries or comic books or whatever. You know, just, you know, shucking and jiving. You know, that's how it works. So
The Art of the Deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
They, I guess that's what a lot of these guys that go to the flea markets to sell stuff are looking forward to that, man. I think so.
Well,
but you seem to get like boxes. You never know what you're really getting in those boxes.
No,
man. It's so random.
Well, that's you know, I mean, you just throw out a number, and if they take it, then you know. I'm going to say this a million times probably before anything's over. I don't care what condition they're in. You know, you can still actually read these damn things.
Right,
you know
right,
I mean?
absolutely.
I mean, you know, you get 5 comic books for a buck. I mean, you know, you're ahead of the game. I mean, so it's not always about.
That's the price of one comic these days.
Absolutely, you know, but yeah.
$5. I should say $5 is one comic.
Well, what
$5 for a buck is.
Yeah, I just the Secret Wars 8 that I just picked up. You know that whole package deal there. You know, listen, don't ever tell me that you need tires and that's why you're doing this comic book deal, because then, you know,
yeah,
I'm walking away. You need the tires. You told me I don't need the comic book, so it's on you now, man. So,
yeah, he kind of.
So there's a tip for all you out there.
Played his cards.
Don't ever show your hand, man, because I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna whoop you. So, but anyway, okay.
All right, so what would you say in your entire collection if you had to pick one or your most prized comic? What would it be?
We're not going on value because I don't really know. The ECs, easily,
okay.
just the ECs. You know, probably is it the Ghastly Graham Ingalls one with the Bring Out Your Dead guy.
Okay.
You know, probably that one. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there
Monty
going,
Python.
this one. Well, it's what do you want to call that guy? The guy who picks up the dead.
I have no idea what he is.
But what do I got? Like 5 ECs maybe.
Okay.
And one in a frame with a Johnny Craig letter, which amazingly I stuck in there, and people would probably freak out, but oh well, it's in my living room, whatever.
So, obviously we went to that 25-cent sale, and you said that there was another tip that I left off of there that I didn't address, that you said that we wanted to give everybody tips on how to handle this to maximize your potential with the sales.
Yeah.
So you want to go ahead and tell them what I forgot and you remember to.
Are we talking about the people around you?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man. If you're at a sale like that, the best thing you could do is chat with the guy across from you, chat to the guy next to you, and ask him, hey, man, what are you looking for? While I'm digging through this, you know, I can pull out anything that might be important to you. You might still want to go through the box. And, you know, all you have to do is say, you know, I'm trying to hit up Avengers or something. And we as a group had already done it. We knew what we were looking for, so every once in a while I'd be over with Dave and give him a stack of Swamp Things and whatnot. But talk to that guy across the boxes from you, and talk to the person right next to you, because you know, if they're not looking for it and you are, man, you can cover a lot more ground really quick. You know,
and don't forget to ask them what they're looking for too.
Well,
you know,
yeah,
be polite.
obviously.
I know I pulled out a bunch of those Nightwings for that one kid. I mean,
yeah.
you know, stuff like that. So yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you're trying to cover as much ground as you can, because you'll never cover it all by yourself. There's no way.
Yeah, it's especially where we were at. It was ridiculous. Hey, speaking of the basement cell too, I just wanted to show everybody real quick.
All
I
right.
got these ready.
Let's see what you. Ooh.
So I figure I spent about $110 there. Okay. Now, if you look at what I got, this Captain Marvel here, number 16, which I think is probably going for around 30 right now.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen this Justice League number 30 going for about $30 right now.
I didn't even know you got that.
Yep. That's first appearance of Jessica Cruz, Green Lantern.
I know that wasn't you didn't get that on quarter day, did you?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
this
man,
was actually in the box. Todd pointed at and goes, "That's a good box."
See?
And I looked over, and this was just sitting there. After he left, I was like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "That's not it," and it actually was it.
Hey.
So that's the first appearance. I think his name's like Far L or something. I don't know. He's gonna be in the
doesn't matter. You got it. A quarter.
25 cents. And then, same with this Micronauts, man. This is his first appearance of Captain Universe. You're familiar with that. Todd and I saw it at a comic shop, a local comic shop, going for 40 or 50, I think it was, right?
Probably.
And it wasn't as nice as that copy. Dude, look at that.
Yeah.
So that's a good copy.
There again, a bad copy for a quarter.
Yep.
You know, I mean, you're not going to walk away.
It's amazing. You can find anything there. And then, of course, this guy right here, this is the first appearance of the symbiote suit, and it was a 25 cent, or no, I paid $1 for it on the first day. But still, it's in this condition, it's probably $30, right?
Yeah.
So,
and once again, even in a bad condition, it's still a great read.
So, let's take a look here. Now, you want to talk about, this is what, your third month now that you've been getting the Geek Street 101?
Yeah.
All right, so you got this in, and you got last month's, and, well, tell us what happened with the first month. First month, what you got, second month? And then...
the first month was probably stuff that I really didn't collect, and I didn't really know, and I've discovered that the thing that you need to do as soon as you get one of these, you need to look up all the issues, because they're not going to send you junk. You're not going to get all dollar reader copies or just, insignificant things. Somewhere in there, there's a key of something of some relevance. Mm-hmm. So even if you don't know what it is, you need to look it up on Collector Key, Collector. Which one okay. Both of them. Look them up.
Google, eBay, I don't know.
Yeah, because there's something in there. So you pointed out the first thing I got, that Kevin Smith Green Lantern, was it?
Green Arrow,
and not a fan of it. Didn't really read it, but that was the jackpot as far as I know out of the first month. Then the second month, I got that, which for me, growing up as a kid, I mean, you definitely saw that on the walls of the comic shops, So
I'm actually I'm jealous of that. Hashtag jelly, because I've been actually looking for that. And just like a week before he got that, I was at a comic shop, and he said the retailer said they got it in. So Janine and I were digging through the boxes, because he said they were in the boxes. I think it was a higher grade one though, but they must have sold it like right away because it wasn't in there. Yeah. So that's second appearance of the Punisher, by the way, guys. Amazing Spider-Man 135. Yeah. And something I don't think I've ever thrown in a video, guys. If you're a key collector, I think that probably the two series with the most keys seems to me to be Amazing Spider-Man and Marvel Team-Ups. I can't. What do you think?
Team-Ups they're pretty heavy. I don't know, Avengers. They got a pretty good.
Avengers. I don't know. I don't really have a lot of Avengers.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of. I was looking at that. You know what else? Another one, Fantastic Four. Man, there's a lot of cosmic,
probably all the cosmic characters.
Yeah. There's a lot of. I think is it Thundra? Okay. I think she was like probably in the
Jeez, I think like issue 50 was Silver Surfer and Galactus, and I mean you have all that stuff in there, man. They have all they're hopping all over the cosmos, man.
Well, I'm sure that was probably one of the most popular comics at the time, so that's where they were going to debut a lot of people to get.
Right.
If you're going to sell it to the people, sell it to the most amount of people.
First comic of the Silver Age, right? Isn't that what it was? Isn't that what it's considered? Fantastic Four #1?
Probably. What was it, 63? Well, we're going to send them wild. They'll be like, what are you talking about?
So, anyways, we're going to do the unboxing. Now, we trimmed up the tape so it would be easily accessible.
But it doesn't matter anyway, because as you will find out, they are sort of shrink wrapped in a black bag. Okay. So I couldn't open this and tape it back up and act surprised if I wanted to, because the cat would be out of the bag.
Do we need a blade or something?
We might need it to. Let's open her up. Okay. And we'll have some cool torn up comic book pages as stuffing. I guess Tom's there you go.
Whoa, here, let's show them here. Look at that.
See?
I think these are the Image ones he was saying about how he rips them up. And actually he said about the first God Country preview is in one of those Image previews. And as it turns out, I went to a comic shop and they had some laying there just to take for free, so I got one. Huh. But so that's what that is.
So this is what you're looking at now. Usually, from what I found out, is the graphic novel will usually be like on top, which it is. I don't know. We might need a little something. So
let me go grab a blade.
Just a scissors or something shouldn't be enough to do it. Do 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 do. Uh-oh.
Sorry, I was running with scissors. I don't apologize for anything.
Wow, man. Those
are sweet, huh?
Those are like tin shears, man. We could do some airplane and
do some scissoring.
All right. Now I can see what I'm doing. That's another video.
So you can go to other sites for those kind of videos.
Yeah. So, all right.
That looks like it's going to be interesting already.
I say, who can stop the Ghost Rider?
Ultimate Avengers.
Nice.
Show it to them.
Yeah, absolutely. So this would be what the graphic novel is. It could be just about anything. Randomness. That is way cool. The thing that I like about getting the graphic novels is you have an opportunity to read something that you've never read before. You get a chance to check something out. Something you might really enjoy and like. So I never have any problems no matter what they send me because, expand your horizons, It's what it's all
Complete
about.
story arc usually,
There
right?
you go. All right, then we get the black bag.
Oh boy.
All right, so let's see.
Grab your sack, Todd.
Woo! Hold
Oh,
on.
there's a whole stack in there,
Yeah,
man.
it's
I thought
just-
they only gave like 2 or 3.
No, I think I give you here. You pick one. Pick one. We'll go with. We'll let Dave do a
We'll
little
do this.
bit.
Boom.
All
Oh,
right.
look, there's some artwork in there too.
You get the artwork.
Dude, that. Oh.
All right, so you also get some art. This is the instructions why I didn't do the video last time, because I opened the box and it said you need to do a video of the unboxing, and I'm like, no, I can't do it if I'm reading the card. So anyway, but yeah, you will get some. Tom will pick out some art. All right, Dave, explain, because
This?
you are better at some of this than I absolutely am.
Well, this is Wonder Woman. This is a classic Wonder Woman run, and I can't believe the names escape. Oh, Brian Bolland. Brian Bolland did all these covers for the 90s and early, I think late 90s. Here, did you look at it?
Yeah.
He did all the covers for the late 90s Wonder Woman.
Mhm.
And actually, this looks like a Jokerized Wonder Woman here, and that's in her black suit, that
Yeah.
slutty black suit they had her wearing for a while.
Ah.
But Brian Bolland's a great artist. He came from England during the time of the British invasion in comics. So he came, I think he was doing Judge Dredd with Alan Moore on, I think it's Camelot 3000 or something. Or no, AD 2000. And then he did that, and that's badass. So,
Get a backing board.
score.
All right, I'll do one. I'll do the top one here. So let's see what we got. Ooh, some of these invaders are absolutely cool. We got Invaders
doing?
24.
Is he punching Hitler?
Damn close, man.
Okay.
We got a little bit of special battle issue.
Whoa.
All right, so there's some. What do we got? Is it bronze, right?
Yeah, Bronze Age,
Right,
Bronze Age.
right in the 70s, probably a little later. 77. Excellent stuff. Can't go wrong with that.
I think the original ones were during World War II. The Volume 1 was Captain America, Submariner, and the original Human Torch. right?
Yeah. That was when he was. I think he was originally an android.
Yep.
Anyway, okay. Anything jumping out to this, or is this just a pretty cool?
I think that's just a cool comic, man. Spider-Man and Hulk. old
Okay.
ASM.
Yeah, like I said, sometimes you're definitely going to get some filler issues, but can't go wrong with that. All right.
Then we got what here? Uncanny X-Men.
480.
There's a lot of keys in the Uncanny X-Men as well.
This is pretty. This is a pretty thick issue. Does not feel like your standard issue.
So from the rise and fall of the Shi'ar Empire. What number is that?
480, I believe.
480.
480.
Cool artwork. That's I forget his name. That's Cyclops' brother. He's real powerful. He's basically almost like Superman level. He was the third.
Havoc.
No, Havoc was the second brother, but there was always
okay.
up until this story arc, there's always allegedly a third brother, and nobody ever covered it, and then they actually did it, and that was actually a really good storyline.
All right. So next up, we got Tank Girl All Stars. There might be some relevancy to this. Could
I don't
be.
know. Is that a regular comic? It almost looks like it's Prestige. Yeah, it's a regular comic. It looks like it's Prestige just to glance at.
Was this number 2? All right. So we got that.
Cool. That's something I don't think I have. I don't think I have any Tank Girls. I know there's some fans out there. People are real crazy with Tank Girls.
And we got the first ring, Green Lantern number 26.
Now, I'm not certain on that, but that could be the first appearance of the first Lantern. I forget what his name is. I'm not a huge Green Lantern follower, but I think that might be, it could be, from what it looks like. So,
all right, so there's what we got. So we got 5 in there. This sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's 5.
Oh,
all right.
Oh, we got a cat squeaking at us again.
The critics showed up. So
Somebody's not getting attention again.
So some of these might be a little bit beyond our understanding of it. We need to look these up. We're going to look these up because they're you never know. That Tank Girl might be something. There's always going to be one in there that's this super gem, very cool.
Well, what's cool about these boxes too is it's almost like when we're hitting these dollar bins up and stuff, it's like the hunt, like the mystery, the suspense.
Oh, absolutely.
You don't know what's in there, what you're getting. Obviously, this Spidey 135 would be a huge thing. Like, I'm sure you were so excited when you saw that.
The first thing I did was called you and told you had to sit down. I was like, hey man, I know this isn't 181, but anything that they reprint and put on, you can get it with cigarette cases and wallets and stuff. I'm like, it had to, I mean, I knew, I didn't, So, but at any rate, so that's what an unboxing looks like, and this is from Tom. Which, if you're not a member of that, I don't know why.
How much does it cost you?
I think now it's $24.99 and $5 shipping.
Okay.
So
$5 shipping seems pretty cheap.
Yeah.
So,
but the graphic novel is usually,
I mean, this alone is far above 24, I would assume.
You know what? I can't remember. Like I said, I didn't really realize and didn't have the technology to do a video until I said, "Hey, Dave, man, next time, how about if I come out and we do it?" So, yeah.
It was nice to see because I saw him actually. I was watching his videos and I saw him getting these. I think he was at New York Comic Con, and I saw him actually buying these and he's posting them on Instagram. And then to see Todd actually get one, it was awesome. Mm-hmm. It was awesome to see that people really are getting these, dude. So
trust me, there's people in there who are getting some good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
all right. Well, is that everything?
We got it here. I wanted to commemorate doing the first one, so I brought you a couple things.
Oh shit!
Nothing crazy, but it's all you, man.
Oh snap! Dude, you know what? I was going to mention this. I forgot to mention to you that I didn't see any Turok #1s.
How could you? When
we were in the 25 cents.
That's one of like 6 I have. How could you not be, Comic Tom and not have a Turok in there? So we got one too, guys.
And I pity the fool that doesn't have Mr. T.
Yeah. I saw that and I was like, I don't even know where that came from.
And T-Force, thanks, man.
That's a bummer,
Appreciate
though.
it, man.
We got to get the trading card.
I'll just stick these with the rest of my collection.
Yeah,
here.
okay.
And
we ran out.
the battery's dying.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, and with that, we got to get rolling here, man. Is that it, Todd?
That's what it looks like, man. Hey,
Nerdcore out. Woo.
Todd.
Later.